sleepy, sleepy little bunny. Your head on my chest. Your eyes drooping shut. Your ears floppy and relaxed. And you're just here ready for a little snooze. My sleepy little bunny. How are you doing, little bunny? You say, Daddy, I don't want to think right now. Don't ask me questions, Daddy. You say, Daddy, why don't you just talk for a little while I feel the rise and fall of your chest as I lean against you. And you feel the vibrations each time I speak. Well, sure, little bunny. I can ramble. I might fall asleep too. We might fall asleep together, little bunny. We might fall asleep. Together. I guess I can tell you a bedtime story. Except I'm gonna tell you a boring bedtime story. I want to get to telling you more stories, little bunny. It's been so long since I told you a story. So you'll do me a favor, little bunny. And you say, no, Daddy, I don't want to do you any favors. I just want to close my little bunny eyes and have my little bunny ears tucked back. And you just want to sleep, don't you, little bunny? Well, you'll be doing me a favor by falling asleep to my story. Because it's been so long since I've told you a story. So this will be my practice, little bunny. Your daddy Lindy coming out of his storytelling retirement to have a great new career as a bunny storyteller. Storyteller for bunnies. And so once upon a time, it just so happens that our story centers around a little bunny. And this bunny is at work behind the desk in a cubicle in an office wearing a bunny headset. And the bunny is tip-tap typing on the computer. And the bunny is so tired from the day of work. And because this is a boring story, little bunny, a boring bedtime story, we'll talk about how the bunny was processing forms 2719B, which is regulation for the amount of water used in carrot farming. And it's a very boring form where this little bunny in the office who's tired of doing this work is going through the form and checking how many milliliters on average. There's a little calculation. There's a pocket calculator next to the bunny. And the bunny goes and has to calculate the number of milliliters per carrot. Because in the form, the farmers put in number of carrots attempted grown. There's also a form for number of carrots successfully harvested. And then there's the line for number of carrots successfully sold. And then there's the total amount of water that was used for the whole operation. And so, Bunny on these forms 2197B, or whatever it was, is punching in calculations for milliliters per carrots attempted, carrots successful, and carrots sold. And the bunny in the office starts drifting off to sleep, just wants to rest the bunny head on the desk for a little bit, and the bunny dreams of those three things, little bunny. Of attempted and succeeded and soul. Because, little bunny, this bunny dreams of being an acrobat. And when this bunny went to the acrobat carnival, all the little bats of the acrobat carnival said, "You can't be an acrobat. You are a bunny. And we have no room in this circus for acro bunnies. This is for acrobats only." And so in this bunny's dream, as they are snoozing on their desk in the office, they are dreaming of being a bat, doing lots of flips and doing spins in the air for a crowd that roars with approval and appreciation and admiration for the acrobats. And they're doing all these tricks and going through these flaming oops. And it's great fun. And suddenly there's a bunny goes, "You wake up, do your work." It was the iguana boss. The iguana boss sidles away, and the bunny goes, "Oh, I was dreaming of being an acrobat." And then the bunny looks back at the page and does more calculations, calculating milliliters of water per carrots attempted, per carrots succeeded, per carrot sold. And the bunny yawned. It says, no, I gotta stay awake. I gotta go to the next form. And the stack of 2197 bees is huge, little bunny. It's a huge stack. Little bunny marks with the pen and then dips the paw in the little ink pad and does the stamping of the paw to show that the form was completed. Moves on to the next one. The bunny says, okay, I won't put my head on my desk. I'll just lean back. And so the bunny leans back. And the next thing you know, the bunny in the dream is doing flips from a trampoline. Back and forth on a trapeze. Trapeze to flips. Do a little perfect landing. And the audience erupts in approval and admiration. And you know what, little bunny? The crowd roared even louder for the acro bunny than the acrobats. And acrobats aren't evil, but they do get jealous. And so the bats get together. They put their wings around each other in a little huddle. And they go. And they scheme and they all look together. And little bunny, acro bunny, who looks back. And the bats all look back together in the huddle. And all the bats look together. Little bunny. Look back in the huddle. Wake up. Wake up. The iguana boss says you can't fall asleep, little bunny. You have to do more of your 213974 B forms. And the little bunny rubs the sleep out of the eyes, accidentally gets a little bit of ink on the eyes. Uh-oh. But the bunny doesn't notice. What? The stack got bigger? What? No, why did the stack of forms get bigger? The iguana boss had put more forms to be filled out. The iguana boss walks away. So, Bunny types in the numbers on the calculator. And then, you know what happens next, little bunny. 6 different bats appear at the cubicle. And the first one brings out some cookies. The other one brings out a homemade card. The next one brings out some fun stickers. next one brings out a little plant for the desk. The next one brings out fun colored pens. And the next one brings out a little day calendar that has quotes on it that you peel off and you have a new quote every day. And the bats say, we're jealous of how good you've been performing in our carnival, in our circus. And so we have schemed to make your work life more enjoyable here in the office so that we can get all the praise and approval and admiration from the audience when we do our acrobat tricks. Because we can't compete with you, Acro Bunny. And the bats say, we want to make you so happy with this job you have. And the bats go about decorating the cubicle, putting the plant there, putting the nice plate of cookies, even getting a little milk too, and the calendar and pens and all, even more stuff, little streamers or little sparkly things that you hang around a desk, I guess. And I say, there you go. Now we're going to go back to our carnival now, and we're going to do a good job. Says the iguana boss. You should be working, says the iguana boss. And Little Bunny realizes that they had dreamt that the acrobats had come to decorate the cubicle, and sure enough, it was a dream, because the cubicle is barren and boring and dry. And the iguana boss says, oh, well, excuse me, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you had completed all of your forms. Unable to understand what the iguana boss is talking about, that makes no sense. There are a huge stack of forms here, thinks Little Bunny. Little Bunny looks at the stack and paws through it. Oh, wow. The entire stack has all the calculations done and is stamped in each knot with a bunny paw, but a little bat claw, a little tip of a bat wing, stamped on every single sheet. The iguana boss says, I'll take those now. And so, unable to, just awestruck by their luck, Little Bunny hands the heavy stack of 2931775481231299455B forms. And it's so heavy that when the iguana boss takes it, Little Bunny falls forward a little bit because the stack was so heavy. And slipping off the bottom of the stack is one piece of paper that floats down. Iguana Boss has turned to go. He doesn't notice there's one more sheet falling. And it lands delicately on the ground. Little bunny picks it up. And it says, "Come to the Acrobat Carnival/Circus. Introducing a new star, Acro Bunny." And sure enough, there is a photo of little bunny striking a really cool acrobatic pose while all around them are bats doing flips and flying in and out of flaming hoops. And it says, "Buy your tickets now before it's sold out." And there's a little post-it note that says, "Acro Bunny, we are excited to give you a chance. You will be judged by us on the number of Acro Bunny tricks attempted, number of Acro Bunny tricks succeeded, and the number of circus tickets sold." And so, little bunny, knowing that this is their chance for a big break, and not the only chance they will ever have, but a chance, one of many, one of as many as they make happen. This is one of their many chances to make something cool happen with their life. And they hop up and go to the photocopy room, and they photocopy all kinds of, just a big stack of these flyers. And of course they're black and white instead of the nice pretty color flyer, but little bunny knows that the ones that they're going to hand out the flyers to will be so happy for them, just for trying and being optimistic, and they're just going to be so proud. And so the bunny heads home, real excited, hopping along, then riding the train out into the countryside, and then hopping off the train at sunset, and hopping to the garden. And there is dinner happening, all on different picnic tables, and a bunch of fellow bunnies have helped cook dinner. And the bunnies are laughing and having fun and scampering around in the courtyard where they're having dinner. And Daddy Lindy is playing guitar, and some bunnies are singing songs. And this bunny jumps up and says, "I have an announcement." And every bunny and Daddy turns to look. And the bunny says, "I'm gonna be in a carnival, And I want you all to come see me in the carnival. And there's an eruption of enthusiasm and cheers and excitement. All these bunnies are going to get to see their fellow bunny in the carnival, and they've known that this bunny has always wanted to do acrobatics. And Daddy Lindy smiles. He knew this was going to happen, didn't he? That's right. But he didn't want to spoil the surprise, did he? He didn't want to spoil the surprise that good things are in store. And then he knew his bunny was capable all along. And so, the bunnies, because the next day is Saturday, the bunnies all go to the bat circus. And the tent is stuffed, packed with more attendees than has ever been in the world. It's a world record for this specific bat circus. There's bunnies on top of bunnies poking out of all kinds of places just so everyone can get a look. And our hero bunny of the story stands up upon a high platform, does a bow, and then proceeds to end credits. Cut to black, directed by Daddy Lindy, starring Daddy Lindy and Every Bunny, written by Daddy Lindy with help from Little Bunny, produced by bunnies, appreciated by bunnies, dedicated to bunnies. I guess it wasn't really starring me. Somehow I got that credit. Somehow I got the starring credit despite just playing guitar in the background. You did all the hard work, Little Bunny. You deserve the credit for that story. All I did was play guitar during dinner. You did all the hard work. So I think you deserve a nice rest. You deserve a nice rest. And I deserve to drink my drink. I have a strange drink. Oops. I have to be more legato for Sleepy Bunny episodes. I have a strange drink, Little Bunny. I'm drinking protein-infused soy milk. That's right, Little Bunny. If I'm going to be a protector of bunnies, I'm going to have to be quite strong. And so I'm making sure to get all the vegetarian protein one can get. And as you slumber tonight, Little Bunny, as you slumber, you are going to be a little bit more the person you want to be. You're going to be more proud of yourself tomorrow than you are today. You're going to be more enthusiastic about the future than you were today. You're going to feel so loved, because because I'm casting this spell on you tonight. Casting a spell of love and protection. And so, little bunny, I am now off the clock, but I will stay with you. I'm first going to write you a poem, which I'll whisper at the very end of the episode. I bet I don't know, see what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna write you a poem, and then I might do a little bit of work on some stuff that I'm making for you. Aren't you lucky to have a daddy who not only loves you, who not only tells you bedtime stories, but is making you cool stuff that you will hopefully soon get to enjoy. You